What's happening, YouTube? Cowboy here, and we're back. Decided that we are going to, looking at our quest, basically we have Field of Bones, Notes on the Wastes, and then camps. Aside from that, rifts, and then the tomb. So what I'm going to aim to do here is I'll hit Field of Bones, and then I will knock out the other camps, just to get those off the list. Obviously, if possible, I'm going to avoid rifts for the most part, simply because, as mentioned in the previous video, I do want to save those for the build videos. You know, I've been planning on, I'm definitely going to be doing a build with each party member, at least showing you guys how I would optimize the build for that party member. We already went into Bull with the two-handed Reaver build. We went into Vivian with the Elementalist Enchanter build. So, I mean, the Archer Tempest build with Sarah is certainly going to be up next. That's a pretty brutal build. I actually see Archer probably more than anything else. I was discussing this with a friend today, how it's like if you go to Twitch and you look at Dragon Age Inquisition, for whatever reason, it's like at least every other streamer is playing as an Archer. And I don't know why, because like Archer is a good class, don't get me wrong. It's not, you know, the craziest class around, but it's a good class. But I feel like there are just, I don't know, I feel like there are better classes by far. And also I feel like Archer's kind of boring, you know? You just, you literally sit in the back and auto attack most of the time. Like, as my rogue, there are very few times where my focus is auto attacking. Usually I'm dropping out death blow, or I'm stealthing and doing a hitting blades. Like, I'm constantly active in combat, and that's what makes rogue so entertaining for me. Is, you know, it's not a passive kind of sit back and just blow stuff away class. You're a very active DPS class, and if you're not using those abilities and cycling them properly, you won't do good damage. You know, on the other hand, you got Warrior, which for the most part, it does seem simple at first, you know, at first glance, and this is especially true for the early levels. Warrior is very much like spin to win, you know? You're gonna beat stuff to death, and that's kind of it. You know, you don't do a lot, you just smash stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. But until you get up towards, like, I'd say level 7, right around there. I'd say, yeah, let's go with that. Level 7 is probably the sweet spot where you start to see some changes in Warrior, and even more so when you get past like level 10 and you get towards, like, you know, 10, 15, 20, you get up in those higher areas and you have your specialization. Then Warrior really gets fun, because you can like pick up Reaver skills, and then you're charging into battle, and then you're dropping ring, and you're like hitting people with Dragon Rage, and then switching up and you know, going for the Devour and ripping back health, and then charging into a whole group of enemies, and then doing your spin to win, and then taunting, and then charging out, and then grappling people. And there's, you know, it becomes really active. Mage, I don't even need to touch on Mage. Mage, you have so many fucking different things you can do. It's absurd, man. You want to use lightning, fire, spirit, frost, fucking necromancy, spirit magic in the form of you know, the Rift Mage. Like, there's so much flexibility in Mage, it's absurd. But like Archer, and I mean the abilities are cool. Like Leaping Shot probably being the coolest, but I mean, you have Long Shot, literally just a long shot. You fire it out, it hits people from far away. You have Explosive Shot. Okay, you stand there and you do an AoE. It's understandable. Give me an AoE option. You got your Full Draw, which you just kneel down, do a very powerful hit. And I mean, those are your three main abilities as an Archer. And like, aside from that, you know, it's going into only other thing you have is Leaping Shot, which is cool, but once again, you're just, you know, that's like your one evasive move. So I feel like for the most part, Archer is kind of a passive, almost boring class. I mean, I play it in multiplayer from time to time, and that's how I feel when I'm playing it there too. You know, I'm just like, all right, well, we're gonna kill some more stuff, and this fucking prompt needs to get off my screen so I can take my goddamn mount out. No, it's not letting me, because the daggers are out. Pick what you want to do, game. And I feel like if I go all the way down there, I'm going to die. Maybe. Maybe not. You guys can actually see the hellishness. Yeah, it's definitely a deathly fall, so let's take this nice little path right here. Oh, with the leap across to get the loot. That was a pretty good leap, right? But yeah, like I was saying, you know, it's just, I don't know. I feel like Archer is a relatively boring class in comparison to the others, simply because the majority of the time you're going to find the high ground or somewhere where you're relatively out of the way, and you're just going to slowly blast your way through the enemy, and that's kind of it. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with playing Archer. If that's how you enjoy playing, that's how you enjoy playing. But I mean, for, you know, there to be so many people using Archer, I'm just like, what is, you know, am I missing something? Is there some critical fun element that clearly I didn't get the memo about that makes just standing in the back and doing damage and like really entertaining? Because I mean, I do it on multiplayer and it's all right, but by no means is it like, oh, this is so exciting. Like, I know it's kind of a boring class to play. You need to get off of me. Come on, Lurker. We were helping you, and now you're being kind of a dick. Nice job, Bull. Cleaning them on up. Lurker Claw and Lurker Scales. Not sure what those are going to be for, but hopefully something good. Lots of Death Root around here, too. And that looks like it might actually lead into somewhere awesome. So we're going to grab this camp. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll just do this first. We'll do this, and then we'll go grab that camp, because this looks like it... Or actually, no, never mind. This probably just leads us back up through that way. I just took the roundabout way and decided to hop off the side of the mountain, so... But in the upcoming episode, we are going to do some tomb hunting. I do plan on fully hunting down those tombs, because... As I mentioned in the first Hissing Wastes episode, which actually that was the last episode. Yeah. You can tell it's been a long day at work. But in short, there's some really, really high-end masterwork stuff in those areas, so I definitely do want to get that picked up. Especially the dagger one, obviously, but we're going to make Sarah the bow the next chance we get. I don't think I'll find a two-hander that really beats out that one I got for Iron Bull for a while, but I would like to find a new schematic for Vivian. I feel like her weapons are kind of on the lower end. Like the schematic I had for a while, it wasn't even up to par with that purple staff I got off the dragon, which was rare because, you know, for the most part, we always find weapons that don't really compare to what we're using for the most part.
Come to your death.
Whoa, where did you come from, asshole? You left your back open. You guys got that over there? Do we need to come help? Bull, get in there, dude. What are you doing? You're supposed to be the tank. He's like, I will stand and protect you. Don't mind the rest of the team. They can handle the gladiator. That's not what Bull sounds like at all, but that's my go-to voice for big beefy guys. I got a point that's just kind of sitting. I don't know what to even do with it, you know? I have, like, everything I could need. I mean, I could do this. Yes, armor reduction isn't going to help much. I guess let's do that. Threat reduction. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Actually, fuck that. I'm running straight to a camp. I think just go. It's weird, it like vanished. So, we have the most part. We are going to hit. We are going to do a little bit of exploration around here. So we have those two rifts. What about, like, what's out here? So even though this area is kind of barren, I know there's a dragon out here, for one. So I would like to find that. That could be something to accomplish this episode. And I think that some of these tombs are like kind of out in the outskirt type areas, so let's let's run and find out, see what we find over here. I don't really see much. Looks like it's just barren as hell, but... And that is... something's up ahead. It's like a big old crystal jutting out of the ground. And in general, I'm not a big fan of these like open deserty areas. I think they're kind of boring. I mean, for good reason, you know, when it's just sand for miles as far as you can see. Kind of takes the excitement out of an area. You're like, oh, this is so awesome. I love running and doing nothing but running. Because clearly I don't do enough of that in DayZ. This looks like it's gotta be something. Something went down here. I don't know what these things are. They're like super knights of some sort. Weird looking. Defender banner crown. Looks like y'all got fucked up. Alright, let's crest the hill and find the beautiful oasis that awaits us. I'm sure there's one out here somewhere. There's gotta be. Do see a light off in the distance. Maybe that's our dragon. Oh, man. This is really exciting, isn't it? I feel like I cut so much last episode, and a lot of that was obviously just to try and fit it in. Even then, we ended up right around like the 33 mark, I think. So, I'm gonna at least do one episode where you guys can see just how fucking huge and vast and boring this place can be. Because you really are just fucking running and running and running. Golden Oasis. Does it involve water? It involves these little dragons? Varg heists. Oh, there's definitely a dragon out here. This place has dragon written all over it, man. Bull, if you could maybe, like, tank. What the fuck? Man, let me check his, maybe it's his tact. No, his behaviors. Defend Iron Bull. Oh, that's fine, I guess. Why are you not, doing anything, Bull? Yeah, like, he's not... What the fuck, man? Bro, look. Like, you have abilities that heal you. You don't need to go fucking chugging potions. That's not what you were meant to do. You were supposed to heal yourself via abilities on combat. And what the fuck is up with his... Mighty Blow is usually there. That all looks right. That's right, I had to I grabbed grappling chain because I was working him down towards, what's I getting? I think, no. Deep Reserves is what I was working him towards. Maybe that's why he was being goofy, because one of his main abilities just wasn't on. Whatever, we can just manually use Bull for a little bit, give him some love. He's not doing too hot himself. Can't do this for too long though. This is exactly what Dickus does. This is not a playthrough of Dickus. This is a playthrough of our rogue. White Wyvern hide. That sounds good. I'm really liking the charging bull into devour combo. That's working exceptionally well. Just because, you know, you hover pretty low on stamina between your like base abilities. So I could just like go to town and then hit a couple times. Just rip it back. Works really well. Definitely got to get that low reserves though. I think that's going to really make a huge difference in his ability to fight. What is this? Something magical out here? Turn that off. What is it? Journal of Dwarven Ruins. Killing all these baby dragons, but where's the big guy? Fade touched Wyvern Scales. 10% chance to cast Fear on hit. That's kind of cool. I'm about to just make these as primary moves, man. That's like all I'm using right now. Keep his whirlwind and shit as like his secondary. And these things are either respawning really fast or... Yeah, they are. Well, it's a good farming area, if nothing else, but we're not going to sit here all day and kill wyverns. That would be silly. And Bull, I really, really expect you to start actually playing. See, it will be cool, I think, and there's not many games like this. I can think of a grand total of, like, 2. But more games that have AI partners like that, I feel should be implemented in a way where you can... basically, like, you know, play the character for like 20 minutes and then have the game basically memorize your play style and how you use abilities and then play in a manner similar to that. That's one of the Phantom Dust had a system like that in the multiplayer, and it was very elementary because, you know, like multiplayer games were still, I don't want to say they were still new, but, you know, it was like right when Xbox Live was really starting to get big, and like this was back around the time of, I guess like Halo 2 probably, so it was like right around when things were really starting to ramp up in kind of like the online gaming scene, and it was really becoming a presence in gaming overall. And basically the way the system worked is you could, you know, you'd obviously save an AI bot that used the arsenal you would use in the game, but it could also, like, it would mimic the way you played. So even if you had arsenals that were a little gimmicky, like I know I had one that the way it worked is you would aim to effectively freeze someone's button. So you would, like, there was a move called Frostbite, and like let's say Frostbite was on X. If I hit somebody with Frostbite, their X button would effectively be frozen and they wouldn't be able to use it anymore. And it was a high-end move, so you couldn't have many of it in your deck. But what you could do is... why am I paralyzed? Get off of me. You could effectively use that ability and then use other ones to recall it back. And between that and then certain defensives, if you played smart, you could get to the point where you would basically paralyze every button somebody had, and then they're no longer able to play because all of their buttons are fucking frozen. So they just sit there helpless and fucking despise you because you just locked all their buttons, and you'd laugh at them. And you could actually get the AI to use an arsenal like this, you know, despite it's a very high-end tactic. And I mean, even though this was kind of just like the start of things, I haven't seen a game pull off that same level of just AI customization in a long fucking time. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know what kind of code they used, but it worked flawlessly there. Meanwhile, I got Iron Bull fucking derping and just auto-attacking, and here we are, like, you know, 10 years after the release of that, so. Goes to show you where our improvements have gone, right? Graphics are sure as hell prettier, but... Where the fuck is the dragon out here, man? I am just running looking for this thing, and this thing is just a massive fucking wasteland. Nothing. And we got to find that cool little Revenant area. That's actually probably a pretty good area just to do some farming, you know, if you just want to like farm XP and level up. Because they spawn pretty fast. Like, I always had at least one to fight, and usually by the time I had like finished a little loop, I think there were like 3 more spawned when we were getting ready to leave. Oh man. Level 3 Fate abilities. So OP. Like this area, I feel like something should happen here. You know, it's a big, just random grassy plain out here. There's nothing else. And dude, this thing really wants my ass. It has been chasing me for miles. And I'm not gonna let it kill me. It needs to fuck off. But it is insistent. It's like, that Dragolisk looks so good. I haven't eaten in this fucking desert in months. I need to eat this. I'm so hungry. It will literally chase me until it dies of exhaustion, I think. So I gotta give the little guy kudos for that, because he's keeping up. He's almost like a pet, you know? It's kind of cute now when you think about it. He's just like tagging along like, we're going on an adventure, aren't we, buddy? Like, yeah, we sure are, pal. Come on. The adventure across the deserts of fucking nothing. Can I get a third little buddy? 3 little buddies now! I'm having way too much fun with this. This is what happens when the game puts you in a desert and you have absolutely nothing to do, and we lost our first buddy. Oh no, we didn't! They're still here! Alright, I am officially the Wrangler. That is my new title. I'm rounding them all up. Gonna put some leashes on these bitches, make them pets. Oh, it fell off. Oh. Well, Bull, this is something for you. They're all dead. Bye, little lurkers. It was fun having you as pets while it lasted. See, that's actually cool though, that those things would fucking chase you that far. See, now that's an AI component that I actually appreciate in this game, because very rarely will you actually see a monster that's like, I am going to chase you and I am going to kill you, and you have absolutely no fucking chance of escape, so stop running. I mean, obviously they didn't even come remotely close to killing me, but it's pretty funny regardless. Not what I meant to do. Alright, so either way, we're going to wrap this one up here. That was a fun way to end it, though. Either way, we're going to start the tomb next. Tomb of Farafel. Obviously, there's treasures all over the fucking place. So, in the very least, we're going to knock that out. And I have a feeling that that will pretty much wrap up our time spent in the Hissing Wastes. So, make sure to stay tuned as we investigate our tombs up next. And we'll see you guys then.
So much sand in